Okay. Hello, everyone. We are live on YouTube. TalkNTalk is a platform for conversation in English, French, Italian, and Spanish. This is not an English class. This is an English immersion. We are here to talk, and everyone here is free to make mistakes. I'm Mariana. I'm here to guide this conversation and to learn too. I study economics and data science. I like swimming and dancing. And now I live in Italy. Today we are going to talk about being a tourist. I've put the question in the chat. So let's start. Ricardo, can you introduce yourself?
Well, I'm Ricardo. I live at São Vicente. It's a small city of São Paulo state. Actually is south coast from São Paulo. So in this case, I live near from the beach. So, well, I love walking the beach. Not so. I don't use regularly go to the beach. It's easy to notice because my skin is so white. But I love feel this feeling about live at close because I live in South Coast since I was born, so sometimes I have to go to the São Paulo or Barueri, it's my office, but nowadays I work at home. I live in a dream. And I'm married. I have a daughter, and I have two pets, two cats. My friends, Pudim and Quindim. I don't know what happened, but every time that I told my cats' names, occurred something in humans normally.
Yeah. What about you, Rafael?
I love it, the name. Pudim Kidim. I live near to the beach too, but I don't go with frequency too. I live in Maceió, and I have 23 years old, and I love that you say with most naturally possible. I live in Italy. Oh, so nice.
Do you live in Italy? That's I understand.
Yes, Mariana.
Oh yeah.
I,
Oh. I don't know.
yes, because of this, I changed the time.
Oh, great.
But my dream is to live in Maceió. I'm living here
really?
in Europe to get a job and earning euro. But when I retire, I want to live in Maceió.
Oh yeah.
Oh, you are welcome. You can talk with me if you want.
Yes, I will. Thank you. So, Ricardo, can you read and answer the first question?
Sure. Have you ever traveled as a tourist? If so, where did you go and what was your favorite part of the experience? Yeah, I have ever traveled as a tourist. I believe that is the most part of my trips is like a tourist. Well, the favorite part, I believe, know the culture, this local, on this local. The food is sometimes is different food that's nice. The part that's possible to rest and know beautiful places, nice views. That's nice because I used to talk with my family and the friends Sometimes it's possible to rest your body when at the weekend, for example, or any other day. Maybe today I need to sleep early. I don't know. So sometimes it's possible to sleep at 8 o'clock. I don't know, 8 p.m. But about your mind, sometimes it needs more. It's necessary more time, or not exact about time. Sometimes it's necessary to feel or feel another experience, because, for example, when you look at a different view that you never saw before, your mind is moved to another place. In this time, your mind is relaxing, so it's so important. That's it.
And what is your favorite place?
Well, I don't use it travel a lot, but I pass a month in Chile working, but I had some time to know the place, and there is a nice place. But particular, my favorite place is Natal on Rio Grande do Norte. It's a beautiful beaches and the beautiful people too.
Thank you. And you, Rafael?
I have ever traveled to some places, but I like, I don't know, one place that I like was Brasilia, because I have family in this place. So was nice, and was nice because I was with my family, with my cousins, because my cousins live there, and I don't see with frequency. So for me, it was nice when I had the opportunity to see they.
Thank you. For me, I've traveled to some places here in Europe, but my favorite place is northeast of Brazil. And as I said, Maceió is one of my favorite cities in the world. And I love the beaches in Alagoas, mainly Ipioca. I don't know if you know Ipioca. And my favorite part are the beaches and the sun.
Yeah. Oh my God, a lot of sun.
I love. Rafaela, can you read the next and answer, please?
How do you plan your itinerary when you travel to a new place? Do you prefer to visit famous landmarks or explore off the beaten path locations? Why? So the most of part, the most of travels I did, I go with my family and not alone. This month I will go to Portugal, to Lisbon,
Oh, that's
with
really nice.
opportunity that I have to go to youth journey with Pope Francis. I don't know if you know. It will be in Lisbon in August, but I will travel a little before. But this travel will be my first travel alone, and me and God, and I will go to visit some place. But the last travels, oh no, I travel alone, but in Brazil, but was small trips. Most big trips I go to visit my parents or friends. I just have the opportunity to go to São Paulo, but I go because I have a event to stay here, and I stay with a friend's house, and was nice because the people, it's not just the place, it's because the things that happen in this place. I go to Lisbon. Okay, that Lisbon you can go independence if you will to an event or something. The architecture is very nice and culture, but I prefer go when I have something to do or visit someone.
Thank you. And you, Ricardo?
How I used to plan my itinerary? I don't know. Normally, I try to do some research about the place on the internet, and I try to know the most important or beautiful places in that area. And I have a daughter. Nowadays, is not so young, but she is 13 years old. So sometimes I try to conciliate this situation, the leader situation, because as a kid or teenager, is necessary some whiles, time to food or something. So I try to conciliate, and the no, not know. How do you say? Sometimes it's necessary to pay attention in my daughter too, because something that's funny for me and my wife, but for my children, not exactly. So I try to conciliate. So that's it.
Yeah, I agree. And about me,
Unfortunately, I don't have much experience about travel, because I just travel just a few. Sometimes I go to the same place in countryside of São Paulo. I'm not sure how do you say in English, Hotel Fazenda, sometimes, because there is a beautiful place is on, how do you say, I forgot the name, besides Lindóia, Serra Negra. And that place is so easy because there is a I forgot, I don't know, pensão completa, I don't know how do you say in English. So in this case, it's just to relax, enjoy, because on time that's lunch or dinner is just to go to the restaurant. It's so easy, but it's not so cheap. Sometimes if you save some money, is probably is better travel to another place.
yeah, I think it's all inclusive.
Yeah, it could be all inclusive. It's the best option, I believe.
Right. And me, I plan watching videos on YouTube and doing a research on blogs, Google, and I do spreadsheets to and write down what I'm going to spend, more or less, with money, and that's it. And I prefer to visit famous marks because I think there are more information about them. I'm afraid to go to a country, a place that far or of the beaten path locations. I'm still afraid about it. Ricardo, can you read the next?
Sure. Tell us about a time then when you experience a difficult situation, perrengue, while traveling.
I didn't find a word to perrengue.
Well, I had a bad experience when I was traveling on Natal, because I don't know what happened, because on Brazil, normally I don't have enough organization, because the guy sell the, how do you say, is a scuba diving in the another's, I don't know if exists the same word, package, you know, scuba diver and package, you know? So I pay for this experience, but the map where it's possible to localize the place is not good. It's just a piece of paper that the guy writes some words and draws. And when it's so easy to reach the local, but the guy don't explain well. So I pick up a highway and I pass for near from the place, but it's not exact right. It's not good. There aren't, that wasn't, no, there weren't enough signs, and well, I drive to the highway, and sometime don't there aren't any sign of cell phone, GPS, and the other things, and so, well, it's necessary to go back, and okay, and when I return, and some place that could be here, it's over there, the local, but after that I could enjoy the place and the scuba dive too, because it's possible to saw a lot of beautiful fishes, and well, that's a really nice experience. But I faced the problem, and well, sometimes that's difficult because my wife became so nervous about the situation, and I try to keep my balance and try to find some answers.
Oh my God. And you, Rafaela?
Oh, a lot of things. I can't choose because there are too much. The most dangerous and serious was when I was in Brasilia in I forget cachoeira. Eu esqueci. We was in a cachoeira, and when we put our legs in the water, and oh, so nice, good water, I saw three guys, and they are they have too much ability with walking on the rocks, because we are have so much care to don't slow down, and the guy was had too much ability, and I just have time to say in my mind, wow. And after they have the three guys have three machetes, like facões, and we I was robbery in the cachoeira, and they pick they stolen everything. So we have to come back to the trilha without our shoes, without our clothes, without everything, because we was in the water, and it was so bad because with shoes it's okay to walk in a trilha, but without the shoes it's painful and a lot of things, but we stay alive. I don't know how, I don't know why, because the policeman said, oh, last week someone was found died and without clothes in this waterfall. I don't know, it's waterfall. Oh, so nice. It's normal to see people dying in a waterfall, and the police didn't anything. So was bad, but okay. I'm alive. Brazil's situations.
Yeah.
Oh my God, terrible.
Terrible.
I'm sorry for you. In my case, I don't have any case like you, but a lot of perrengues, but simple. I always get the wrong transport, and I will to another place, or sometimes I want to save money, and I book a hotel in a place more dangerous. But now I'm thinking about it, and I prefer to save more money before travel and get a hotel in a better place. But simple perrengues. Can you read the next, Rafaela?
What challenge do you think tourists face when they visit a foreign country? How can they overcome this challenge? You know the girl that was in a TikTok, Portuguesa, talk about how did he deal with Rio de Janeiro deal with tourists. You didn't see?
No.
Was so funny. She makes a TikTok when she say, "Oh, this way is the way that I deal with the salesman, because she is Portuguese, so she have a accent for because he live in Portugal. So she did a funny TikTok, said, "Oh, I have this accent, but I can't talk with the sales with this accent because they will uh, uh, tell me a higher price the things." So she learned the accent carioca and was joking with this, and she said, "Oh, you can't I can't tell a sentence completely because I will be discovered, and I love my money. I need to save money." So she said, so I talk it this way. Io, caro. It's so funny. She trying to be a carioca, and I think it's an example.
Nice. Do you know her name?
I
Remember?
know, no, but if you put on Google portuguesa facing carioca to don't be robbery to the salesman, you will see.
Okay.
It's funny.
And you, Ricardo?
Well, I don't know. So I believe that the language could be a problem. I don't pass for this situation, but a friend of mine was telling about a specific situation. That's the guy. Oh, you are a surdo. Surdo in Espanhol is when you use the left hand, no? And the but the he understood. Well, what about my ear? Don't I don't have any problem in my ear, and but I believe that normally the foreigners, when you go to this travel as a tourist, I believe it's the most part of the time or the most part of the experiences is good because normally a foreigner receive well your tourists. There are there are some exceptions. Sometimes uh, the guy's told about French because, but my teacher used to say that the problem is in countryside, but in the capital and the others, the big cities is a cosmopolitan place because, well, normally uh, they have people from each country, each place of the world. So it's they use it to uh, lead if any kind of people. So in this case, is so much common. And about yeah, normally they help a lot. When I went to the Chile, I never had an experience in another place. Well, I went to the Paraguay, but it's different, so different experience. In Chile is sometimes it's weird, because when the I I used to live in Brazil, and so the culture is so different. For example, about holidays. Well, there are a lot of places open during the holidays. It's possible to go to the supermarket and other things. And well, there is a big holiday in Chile is about the independence, So in that time, I have to go to another city. It's a beautiful city uh, because I need to do a job. And when I come back to the Santiago, I arrive at Sunday, and I don't have enough food in my apartment. And okay, not a problem. I will arrive around 6 p.m. So the mall close 8 p.m. Oh, that's okay. So in this case, I go to my apartment, I change my clothes, and when I go, when I arrive at the mall, there is a supermarket, is around 6:30 p.m. and the guys was closing. Oh, it's not possible to receive any more people. And well, is I pass more 2 days because the holiday is on Sunday and and the Monday and the Tuesday, and the particular and Sunday, even restaurants was closed. So in this case, I have to eat just bread for 2 days. That's so weird, because Chile is a touristic country too, so, but it's so different from Brazil. I go to the restaurants at on morning, on night, at night, at morning, so it's impossible to eat. So that's really reason.
Yeah, here in Italy too, they close the shops and restaurants early. And I used it to São Paulo, and São Paulo everything works during all the day. It's weird. And you, Rafael?
I see the people talking about this thing on LinkedIn about where they talk about Brazilian people work too much more than European people because they really close the things in Spain. I don't know in Portugal, but the Spain in Italy, I just heard about this culture about clothes, the things. I think it's in Europe in general because the people say a lot on LinkedIn that we Brazilian we work a lot and these things.
Yeah, I'm in Turin, and it's a big city. Here, I
Yeah.
don't see so much this because there are a lot of immigrants. But last year, I lived in a small city here, and they closed it from midday to 4 p.m. 4 p.m. They closed everything, and we stayed at home.
Yes, it's really interesting because we work a lot Brazil a lot.
Yeah, yes. Um, Rafaela, can you read the next, number 5?
Okay. Have you ever experienced a cultural or language barrier while traveling as a tourist? How did you handle the situation? Do you try to learn some basic phrase in the local language? I don't have this experience, unfortunately, but in Portugal, I don't know if I will have the barrier, but will be a lot of youth people around the world. So I think the English will be important, but in the local, just pay attention to the accent and to understand the words.
After your trip, you tell us.
Okay.
And you, Ricardo?
Well, let me check. Number 6, that's about the souvenirs.
Five.
I'm
Five.
sorry.
The
I'm sorry.
language.
Uh, I just studied Spanish during a year, and I had some experience about my job. So I'm not exactly an expert in Spanish, so far away from this reality. But Portuguese is similar to Spanish, so I
Yes.
could lead well if this situation. But certainly, if you went to when if you go to a place that this language is totally different from your knowledge, is certainly you have some problem. But I believe that's the big barriers is about the culture, no? Because, well, there are some places that's the how do you say, the culture is so different from our culture in Brazil. So in some places, not possible to even touch someone. If you touching your hand or arm, it's possible to see this movement or this attitude like a respect thing. So in this case, it's necessary to pay attention, made some resources on the internet, because that's okay. And Chile is not exactly different from Brazil. Is a Latin people like us. So in this case, I don't face it uh, so barriers about it. I have some I have some good experience because, well, Chile is close to Brazil. It's just 3 or 4 hours on airplane, but well, it's a so safe place. There is a cashier on sidewalk. That's I as a Brazilian, I have to took some pictures because it's so different. Because when someday the sidewalk is a lot of people walking, and there are 3 people waiting in a line to, I don't know, pick up money or something. That's unfortunately so different from Brazil. And I I used to became how do you say, espantado, because in my hotel is a place that is just a commercial place, area actually, because there are just some stores and the hotels in my avenue, and that's uh, I was in a hotel in this place is just offices, stores, so in this case, when I arrive around 6 or 7 p.m., there aren't any person walking the streets, and so I feel fear in that time. But after some while, I noticed that this is a safe place, and I used it to arrive. I go to, I went to another place because I work during the night on a technical center, and when I go back to the come back to the hotel is around 5 a.m. 6, and the Chile used to the sun rise later around 6, 6:30, and when I arrived at the hotel, it's just black because the is don't had sun rising, and but the city, what the place is so quiet and tranquil, and when I pass from the lab, the receptionist is, your head is down, look at the cell phone, and listen something on the headphones, on the earphones. So, and the door was opened, and I look at this situation like weird for us, because, well, and sometimes I pass from the lobby, and the guy didn't notice me, and after some while, I made a friendship with this guy, and I request some questions about the safety in this place. There is some problem. Oh, yeah, in this place is so dangerous. Okay, my friend, but sometimes I arrive at 6 o'clock, 6 a.m., and the lobby was opened, and you don't notice me sometimes. But I sometimes I pay attention on the camera, and okay, my friend, and how much time did you work here? Around 90 years or something. During this process, do you have some problem? No.
It's not dangerous.
Yeah. So,
Invite
and
him to come to
my
Brazil.
first experience when I arrive at Chile, I go to my office is a big building, né? So, and I hope that it's necessary to show my ID or something, né? There are a lot of people got in the building, and there's a guy. Oh, I needed to go to my company's Logicalis work, talk with a guy. I believe that I know this guy. That's a, 8th floor, but he didn't request my ID and any kind of identification. So, and I have to go to another building in some while after, and they happened the same situation. I could go to the floor, the second floor. I pass from the receptionist, and anyone request me my ID or something. That's weird.
It's another word. For
Yeah.
me, language barrier was when I went to England. It was the first country I went, and I didn't speak any English, so it was difficult. But English people are very polite and they have patience. Here in Italy, I studied a lot before my travel, so I can survive. And about this kind of things about safety here, too, as Ricardo said here, we have a cashier ATM in the streets, and you can take money outside in the streets. And I live in for Italians, I live in a bad place from the city, but I feel very safe. I can walk with my cell phone and my laptop, and I arrive at home late. I said to my parents that I'm losing, eu tô perdendo meus anticorpos. Brasileira. Because I'm with my cell phone every time in the streets, and I'm very calm here. So it's very good. I love it. And that's it.
Do you talk Italian?
Yes, I studied it before. But it's intermediate, almost advanced.
Do you think was more easy than English?
Yes, I think.
Rosália told me that's similar to Portuguese. It don't look similar for me, no? But
more or less.
I believe that not.
Different.
But Rosália, do you know Rosália?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh no, don't worry. It's similar to Portuguese. Okay, I didn't know much thing about Italian, but it's just at my few experience. It's not so close in my opinion.
I think it's closer to French because of the stems verbais. It's like French.
Yes.
I studied a lot.
But it's not an advantage, and similar to verbs in Portuguese is not an advantage. I prefer English.
I studied a lot before, but when I arrived here, it was a shock because they speak
Fast. Yeah,
And they really
I
speak.
had some friends that's telling about Calabria because the guys,
yes.
it sounded like the guys is fighting not to speaking.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there are dialectos here. I
Yeah.
went to Napoli once, and there I couldn't speak anything.
And he he was talking with me and made some he talked a little about in Italian like Calabrians and the oh guy in the he speaks so fast, but he told me I don't talk so fast like Calabrians. I thought, wow, it's so weird.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Who is Ricardo? Can you read the next? Ricardo,
Sorry, could you repeat,
can
please?
you could you read the next?
Sure. About souvenirs, no?
Yes.
Uh, well, I normally, sorry, let me talk up, let me read the question. What kind of souvenirs do you like to bring back from your travels? Why do you have any favorite items from your trips? Um, well, I used to buy something that could bring some how do you say some information or some scenario about the local culture or something. That's nice. When I go to the Chile, I bought moas. I believe I'm not sure. Is I like a totem. How do you say? Do you know Pasqua Island? There is a a kind of sculpture. Is not exactly a how do you say? Uh, well, uh, is just a face, but mm, is difficult to explain in English. It's like a carranca, né? And it's how do you say rounded in the esticado. I forgot the name. That's really nice, but my daughter dropped on the floor and explode my but that's nice, no? And sometimes it's so good because when I look to the souvenir, you will remember uh, ever uh, the experience and the feelings. That's nice.
And you, Rafael?
I think the souvenirs that remember the place culturally, the culturally context. Like I have this this. Let me remove my background. Oh my God. choose choose virtual background and no. I have this, I don't know, quadro like to put on my wall, but I'm a Catholic, so it's Nossa Senhora da Aparecida. But these things is about Brasilia because the airplane and in Brasilia have too much this, I don't know, how do I say, ladrillos. So these things are good to me.
Ah, so cute. Beautiful. For me, I like magnets. I don't know, because they are cheaper
Oh, yeah.
and easy to carry.
Yes.
I like to buy the magnets from the seat, and they are in my house in Brazil. But I like, and I always that I travel, I look at the mugs because I like mugs. I would like to buy, but they are big to carry, and they can break. And I think magnets are a good gift too.
Yeah.
Yes. I like mugs too.
So guys, we don't have more time to another question.
Yeah.
And thank you very much for being here.
That's a nice topic.
Survey here. If
Let
you
me-
can answer. Yeah.
No, okay. Let me put the girl. It's 1 minute the video. If you, for you have a little. I forgot. So his smile. Let me put.
Okay.
Share. Oh, you can ability to me